Hello everyone, Namaskara and welcome back to Bharath with Mithun. I am Mithun and this channel is not about quick money, not about fake stock tips, and not about political drama. This channel is about financial awareness, economic truth, long term thinking, and responsible investing. Today's video is very important not only for investors but for every Indian citizen who pays tax directly or indirectly. Because today we are talking about the latest finance budget, the future of the Indian stock market, the dangerous rise of freebie culture, inflation and how it silently kills savings, and finally, what the government must do now if India wants real growth. This is not a political video, this is an economic reality video. So please listen patiently, think logically, and don't get emotionally influenced by slogans. Let's begin. What exactly is a budget? Before judging any budget, we must first understand what is a budget actually. A budget is not a festival announcement, it is not a wish list, it is not about headlines. A budget is simply how the government collects money and how the government spends money. That's it. The government does not have its own money, it only manages our money. This money comes from income tax, GST, corporate tax, fuel taxes, customs duty, and even the tea we drink on the roadside. So when the budget is announced, every citizen must ask one simple question: is my money being used productively or politically? Today's finance budget was declared by Nirmala Sitharaman. In today's finance budget, the government has focused on capital expenditure, infrastructure, manufacturing, MSME support, employment generation, digital economy. On the surface, this looks positive, and yes, capital expenditure is good. Building roads, railways, ports, defense manufacturing, these things create long-term economic value. But here is the important part: spending money is easy, spending it wisely is hard. If capital expenditure is delayed, poorly executed, corruption driven, or politically influenced, then even a good budget fails on the ground. India does not have a budget problem, India has an execution problem. We should deeply think about the freebies that most of the governments have announced and they have been giving. This is the biggest economic threat. Now let's talk about the most dangerous trend in Indian politics. It's none other than freebies. Free electricity, free cash, free transport, free gadgets, free ration expansion. Let me be very clear, freebies are not welfare, freebies are vote buying tools. When political parties promise freebies, they are not helping the poor, they are trapping them in dependency. Ask yourself, does free electricity create jobs? Does free cash improve productivity? Does free transport build skills? No. It only increases government debt, inflation, fiscal deficit, and who pays for it? The honest taxpayer. If any political party wants to give freebies, they should be on one of those two things: either funded from party funds or personal donations, or clearly mention how they will recover the money. Public money is not personal charity money. The next biggest roadblock for the Indian economy is inflation. Inflation is the biggest tax on the poor and the middle class. When inflation rises, milk price increases, vegetable price increases, rent increases, education cost increases, medical cost increases, but salary grows slowly. How about the savings? Savings lose value every year. Freebies directly increase inflation because demand increases without supply. Government prints or borrows more money. Currency value weakens. This is basic economics. If inflation is not controlled, fixed deposit becomes useless, pension becomes insufficient, middle class collapses. Inflation control should be top priority, not election strategy. The next thing every government should consider is with the farmers. Government should support farmers with structure and not sympathy. Farmers are our pride. Farmers feed the nation, but real farmer support is not loan waivers because loan waivers destroy credit discipline. They do hurt banks. They benefit large farmers more than small ones. So, what farmers really need? They need guaranteed water supply. They need fair pricing mechanisms. They need storage infrastructure. They need direct market access. They need technology adoption. A farmer must become an entrepreneur, not a dependent. The next thing to consider when it comes to budget is with the army and the national security. There is no doubt these are the critical piece and there shouldn't be any negotiation on this. If there is one area where money should be spent without debate, it is none other than national security. Our soldiers stand in freezing temperatures, face bullets and uncertainty, stay away from families, yet there are delays in pensions, equipment shortages, veteran welfare issues. This must stop. Any budget that compromises defense spending is not a responsible budget. Soon after the budget, there is a direct impact on the stock market. If we consider the near future outlook, markets may remain volatile, news driven, events driven. Reasons: global interest rate cycles, inflation data, FII flows, government borrowing. But remember one thing: markets reward patience, not panic. India's long-term story is intact because young population, consumption growth, manufacturing push, digital penetration. If you ask me about the sectors that we need to watch, it's going to be banking sector, infrastructure, capital goods, defense, manufacturing, tourism. If possible, try to avoid over-leveraged companies, political hype stocks, social media tips. So what government should do now? If the government truly wants long-term growth, it must stop competitive freebie politics. It should respect taxpayers' money. It should invest in productivity. It should strengthen education and skills. It should encourage entrepreneurship. It should maintain fiscal discipline. Economic growth comes from our decisions, not just easy promises. This video was truly for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a SEBI registered investment advisor. All views expressed are personal opinions based on publicly available information. Please consult a certified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Stock market investments are subject to market risks. Past performance is not a guarantee of future returns. If you believe taxpayers' money must be respected, if you believe India needs real growth, not just temporary freebies, and if you believe financial awareness is power, then subscribe to Bharath, Nivesh with Mithun. Let's build a financially strong India, not an emotionally manipulated one. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, take care of yourself and have a great day. Bye bye.